So can the government survive an FDI vote? If you look at the numbers in the Lok Sabha, there are 243 members in favor of foreign direct investment in retail and 205 who are against. The government would require the support of at least 30 out of 96 game changers in the Lok Sabha, which include the DMK, the Samajwadi Party and the Bahujan Samaj Party, the Akali Dal, the BJD and other smaller parties. However, if the DMK, SP and BSP abstain to save the government, the majority mark drops from 273 to 256. Then the government would require 13 members from the 35 remaining to reject the motion against FDI. The numbers can come from the Akali Dal, the BJD or other smaller parties. Well, joining me to talk about what we can expect in the winter session of Parliament in the studio, Satyavat Chaturvedi from the Congress Party. Joining me also Prakash Javadekar of the BJP, Sudhakar Reddy from the CPI and CV Madhukar of the Parliamentary Research Service joining us as well. Mr. Sudhakar Reddy, I'm going to come across to you first, since it's all come to this because of the left's demand for a vote on foreign direct investment. Do you think this is a sustainable demand? Do you think it's going to again stall proceedings in the winter session?
Yes, I do think that it is necessary that the Parliament should discuss on a resolution with vote on the FDI, because this is the most important point the entire nation is discussing. And we feel that the majority of the members of the Parliament, majority of the political parties are against the FDI. So it is the responsibility of the government, naturally, to have a discussion in the Parliament and to have a voting on the FDI, the decisions the government has taken.
Right. I'm going to take that to Mr. Chaturvedi in the studio here. So they're talking about a vote on what's essentially an executive decision. What is the government's response going to be, you think? What is the Congress Party's response to this?
In a democracy, there will always be more than one opinion on any and every issue. And Parliament is the right forum for discussion, for debate, discuss the merits and demerits of the case, and then finally decide on the floor of the House. That's how the system works. We are not shying away from any discussion, any debate on any issue. FDI, yes, we are there to discuss this issue threadbare on the floor of the House. As far as the government's staying in power or not, it has nothing to do with this FDI issue or vote of on the issue. Government had taken a decision in 2011 November and December in favor of going in for FDI in the multi-brand retail.
Right.
And this issue was discussed in the Parliament, and finally it was decided that a wider range of consultation must go in before finally taking a decision. The government, right from November, December 2011 till date, had a series of consultation with various political outfits, various political personalities, as well as the chief ministers of some of the states. And thereafter, finally a decision was taken based on the consensus that got evolved through the process of consultations. Now, a decision will always and can always be challenged. We don't deny anybody, especially the opposition, their right to challenge that decision.
But is the government open to a vote on FDI?
Yes, of course. We would want this issue to be discussed on the floor of the House. As far as the process of discussion is concerned, under what rule it has to be discussed, that is neither government's prerogative, nor is that the opposition's prerogative. It is the prerogative and decision to be taken by either the chairman of Rajya Sabha in Rajya Sabha or the speaker of the House in Lok Sabha.
But assuming it comes to a vote, you've seen the kind of opposition that this particular issue has already raised amongst the UPA's former allies as well, with Mamata Banerjee, and we saw what's happened with that. The fact that the left is raising this, the BJP has its own reservations on FDI as well. How do you think you're going to pull this along if it does come to a vote?
Well, how we'll pull it along is not to be discussed and not to be disclosed in the studio of a television channel. These are political issues that are managed at a political level. We are not afraid of any discussion on FDI. We would welcome our opposition parties to please come, discuss the issue, decide on the floor of the House. But please, for God's sake, refrain from disrupting the Parliament.
Well,
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.